it's his confidence in the way he answers that is the whole reason that we're not underdogs, and it starts at the top. So I go into a long spiel about it, but it truly just starts with when he answers that question. That's the reason why, and that's the reason why we believe it.
Did he tell you, like in those certain terms, though, you're no longer the underdog, and how did he articulate that to you?
I would be lying if I told you I remember exactly what he said.
Okay.
So, well, whatever he said, that's what he said.
All right, can you turn your microphone to Jordan, please?
Jordan, back to the Athletic, your dad was not at COTA. I think that's the first win he said that he's ever missed. He was here today. What was it like celebrating with him?
Yeah, it was awesome. I realized it immediately at COTA that he wasn't there. So, yeah, that's special. He comes to a lot. He puts a lot of effort into being here. My mom does. My brother does. My family. They make the effort to drive, fly, whatever it takes, and it means the world. Like he is the reason that I'm here. He is the reason I fell in love with racing and why I stayed out of, I won't say trouble, but like he's got me in, like it just gave me an avenue to be successful and to truly, and I fell in love with it. So, he didn't push me early on. I mean, he did, but it wasn't like other kids we were racing against. And just, I think the way he did it was the perfect way. We had fun racing locally, and we got to this level, and then we did a few races, and we kept doing more. But beyond all that, back to the question, it's just my dad was here. We won a cup race. That's so cool.
A year ago, a lot of things were uncertain about your future in the Cup Series. Now you drive for a team called by Pitbull. You're celebrating victory lane with Kid Rock. You won at Talladega. Does it just seem surreal at times?
Does not seem real at all. Like I keep waiting to wake up from this dream and realize it's all not what I thought of, what I think I'm living. But I've got great groups of people from Trackhouse on the competition and the business side to the business side of Aspire, my family, people in Charlotte and around Mooresville that keep reminding me and keep showing me that this is real. And I talked about it earlier, sitting right here in this spot. Like I'm right where I want to be, and I have the people around me, so they keep me remembering, and they keep reminding me, and they keep pushing me to make this the best we can make it. We're not resting on any of this stuff, and like Justin said, I might not be quite as sharp in the morning to get to work on Dover, but I'll get to work on it at some point tomorrow.
All right, Jeff, did you have a question?
When you brought out the watermelon, it got quite a pop from the crowd. Like kind of used to be like right before Carl did his backflip, like they knew it was coming. What was it like to stand on top of your car with the melon, Talladega grandstands? They're like going crazy. What was that like?
Unlike anything I've ever experienced, Jeff. Roy brought it out. Mr. Roy gets it every week for us, and it was a long way down there for him. And it's like I like to remind him, at his age, that's no small feat. But no, I knew I wanted to stand on the car. I wanted to smash. I don't want it to just bust open. So, yeah, my Bell helmet, I'm running ear cuffs, like noise canceling ear cuffs, and really good ear molds. And I heard them, and I felt them, and like the car was shaking, and then my legs started shaking, and then my arms were shaking, and I was like, I took a second, and I just scanned left to right. So like from the start finish line, within my peripheral, I scanned down to the tri-oval, and people were going crazy. It was wild. Smashed it, and then they erupted again. So, yeah, it's indescribable. Like I don't have the words, but just the feeling they pumped into, like that I got was what you dream of. Like that's what I wanted to do when I first wanted to show watermelons. If I was ever able to win a race, I wanted that feeling, and I wanted that reaction, and we've got that.
All right, a mic to Bob, please.
Right across.
Bob Conkers, Fox Sports. I know the first one is the biggest, but is to win a race like this with patience more important?
It is now because it was a mental decision I made with whenever I got in line there on the bottom pushing Larson. I had JJ behind me, and I've made the mistake. I want to say I let him win. I made the mistake several times in Xfinity cars, and had like track position on him in equal cars, and I moved up or I made a move, and then he went on to win the race. So I knew he would stay on the bottom, like he's won so many races that way, and if he pushed me and I pushed the 5, we'd have the best shot. Just make the bottom the best it can be. So it's not that I was complacent or anything. It was, I thought my best chance of winning was to just push the bottom. Now, that was wrong because the outside, the 43 still cleared all of us. But it's still, I thought it was gonna put me in the best position to win. So yeah, the patience side, it's hard. It's so hard to just, every split second decision has to be quick, but then also you have to be able to live with the consequences of it. So I just thought that was my best maneuver, which is, I've never thought that before. And it's not like, oh, I should have always done that in the past. It worked out this time.
Did you get contact with the 5 there? Or did he just?
No, he went up, I think he went up to pass the 43. That's how I remember it.
No, he said that you baited.
What?
He said that you thought you faked him out, so you went up and tried to block.
I was never going up. I mean, I might have it's a blur, like coming to the finish and Kurt's on my right rear. I'm trying to keep whoever, like, I don't even know if there's anybody still behind me, but just no matter where the car went, the mental decision was not to go to his right rear out because I had somebody on my outside. So that's cool that he thought I did it though. Just let him think that.
That's how I interpreted it.
Okay, we're gonna go Jenna, Daniel, Taryn, Courtney, and up to Dustin. So Jenna, go ahead.
Jennifer, API, I have really important questions. How old is this watermelon? Was this watermelon?
It got purchased right after COTA, so it's been a few weeks. It was on its last leg.
Last leg. So how does last leg watermelon off the pavement after 800 miles taste?
Never sweeter. Oh my goodness. And I could feel like it was so much watermelon juice on my face and running down me. And I looked down at it and there was no seeds. And I was like, well, they're either all on my face and Regan's not saying anything again. And then I called him out on it, like, are you gonna tell me this time? Like, help a brother out. Just knowing what that means, and to get too long-winded, but to go back to our family's history and what has put food on our tables for generations, and to get to do that in front of, let alone this crowd, but national, worldwide attention is just all I have ever wanted to do as a race car driver is to help promote watermelons.
And that was my next question is, have watermelons ever gotten this much exposure and, this platform that you're, are you noticing it? Are you noticing the attention on watermelons?
I mean, I am. I've noticed attention on watermelon forever. I mean, I work with different state associations and the National Watermelon Association. There's a National Watermelon Promotion Board. We incorporate it into safe driving campaigns. We incorporate it into paint schemes whenever we can. So I've always had, obviously, the attention to it. I still have Google alerts set for watermelon race truck, watermelon driver, watermelon race car driver, like to an old email address that I'll check every now and then. Because used to, that's how I could I'd send off a story to the board or to the association to show them what we were doing. So, it's, I don't know. That might be a question for somebody a little bit older than me. They might know if watermelons have ever gotten this much attention, but I'm gonna guess not.
Well, thank you.
Gallagher, right? I mean,
Yeah.
All right, Daniel, you want to make a question, please?
French Stretch, when Justin was in here, he talked about how Talladega is hallowed ground in NASCAR and its history. I'm just curious for you, as you've been coming after the sport, where was Talladega's place in your mind when it came to tracks and where you would want to win?
it is. I mean, it was said today, like, you know, they don't race them anywhere else like they race them at Talladega. And I think that Barney Hall said that. So I think, yeah, that's just we've all been watching races here forever. And I mean, I come here with the mentality. I used to come here really worried, really try to focus my first couple of years and try to like plan out every move. And I realized pretty quickly that's not possible. And Johnny Sauter said one time, like, why are you worried? You're going to be backwards in the grass at 200 miles an hour. If you don't hit anything, you'll probably still have a chance to win. Like, relax. And he just said it in passing. Maybe I don't even know if it was like driver intros or after the race or something. And it stuck with me. And I was like, you know what? He's right. Like, I should come here a lot more relaxed and learn and try to prepare. And I prepare and I try to be as, you know, the best race car driver I can be. But I'm no better because we won. And the other 25, there was 25 cars today that could legitimately win this race. I mean, in theory there was 39, but 25 legitimate chances. And we were just the lucky ones that the cars parted and they all hung a right coming through the tri-oval, and that was it.
All right, Taryn, go ahead.
Karen Walk with NASCAR.com. The same car as Coda, does that make this more special?
It makes it so special that Jim France and the NASCAR family and the France family, like their vision for this car, that you can win a race on a road course. And I mean, how much is it, a month? Has it been a month or 2 months? Since Coda?
This is the fourth race.
Fourth race. In a month, you can bring a car back, you win at a road course, and you can win at Talladega. Like, that hasn't happened since the 60s. Like, I don't know, farther back. I had no idea. I mean, they would have different cars. So it's wild. That's more what it means to me. That this car is capable of that. It changes the geometry, changes the suspension, shim the body a little bit, and go race. Like, a different tune in the motor for a super speedway, and adjust your rear diffuser and adjust everything, and the same car can come race. That's just wild. I'm not sitting here gonna say it's any cheaper yet. I don't think it's cheaper for us than just building a new car like in the past, but I don't know. I don't know the business behind what we're doing. I just drive the car. So it is special though.
Would you believe it's a lucky car, or are you not superstitious?
I'm not. I mean, I like that we still have my first ever race truck, my Monte Carlo race car back home. We have my brother's first car. Like, that kind of stuff is neat, and I will never probably get rid of those. But you know, here you honestly can't tell, and the first time that ever happened for me, you can always tell something between each car. There's always a little something different. And I wrecked in the duel last year in the 42 car. Wrecked the car. We went to a backup, and I got in for practice the next day. And I called them out. I was like, "There's no way. This is the same car. It's the same interior." And they're like, "No, it's all new, but it's all that good, and it's that well prepared that they prepare it that close. You can't tell a difference." And it's the same thing with these cars. I can't tell a difference week in and week out. You know, I can't tell that it's the same car because I can't tell that one's any different.
All right, Courtney, go ahead with your question. Courtney Horn, StarsandScuffs.com. Your first two top victories have come at two distinct tracks. When you think about your NASCAR journey, is that mind-blowing for you?
Absolutely mind-blowing. It is. I grew up short track racing, so I just assumed and thought that was where I was the best. And road courses, like turning right was hard and drafting was hard. And I just thought would never be able to catch up to guys that have been doing it so much longer than me, and a lot of time and work and really good people surrounding me. We've closed the gap. There's still a long ways to go, but yeah, it's absolutely mind-blowing.
Where does this rank among your victories?
I don't put any of them ahead of any other one. They're all, this one and Coda, and I mean, yeah, it's Cup. It's different, but I put it right next to the Iowa truck win.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna go to Dustin front, and then Nathan, and then we will end with Daniel.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Ross, Justin has talked about this team being a disruptor and doing things in a different way. And I'm curious, one, how has he impacted you, and how has he impacted this team, especially when he's more based in Nashville, so he's not in the shop as much? How is that disruptor, how does that attitude, or how does that motivation, how has he had an impact on you and this team to do what this organization has done in the first 10 races of the season?
I'd say as much as on the business and public side that he's just a disruptor, his messaging to me is like, I don't have to be a disruptor anymore. Like on track, it's okay, I can take a breath, I don't have to drive every lap. So I would say I was a disruptor through trucks, Xfinity, early on Cup last year. And it took several different people that I have a lot of respect for, and some that at the time I didn't really know why they were telling me these things, because I didn't know them that well. But then Justin, like this year, it's okay, stop, just stop, like you're okay. Just go drive the car, but you don't have to win every lap.